Hey everyone, and welcome to episode 8 of the Gravity Cancel podcast. We're your hosts, Rox and Sgt Spankcakes. Rox, how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great. I am sick, so if I sound different and you hear me sniffling and coughing, that's why. So I apologize ahead of time. But
it might sound different because I'm using a different mic, but it seems to be working out okay so far. So we'll
sounds pretty good on my end, so we'll see. Let us know what you guys think.
You're gonna have to rebalance audio levels.
Oh yeah. But before we get started with the news we are going to talk about, I am putting you on the spot, putting you on blast here.
All right.
You already know most of the premise of what I'm going to bring up, but I've got the specifics written down here.
Okay.
So
is this what you were writing out before this?
Yep. I am issuing you a challenge.
All right.
It is going to be a lengthy challenge. So there's two parts of it. The very first part is, well, let's go over the reason, the why, if you will. We are going to determine once and for all who is the better Brawlhalla player.
You're telling me beating you for the past 2 months hasn't determined that?
Nope, not at all. Just been bad days.
Been warm-ups?
Been warm-ups. So, what we're going to do for the first part is every week we are going to play 3 1v1s. So, it's going to be each legend. They're going to be mirror matches.
Yeah.
So, first week is going to be Bodvar, Cassidy, and Orion, if I'm not mistaken. Only one game per legend, so it's best of 3, but we switch legends every time. Now on the final week, this is going to span 17 weeks. It's not going to end until like early November. It's going to be a long one. But the final week will be 5 legends: Onyx, Jayun, Mako, Magyar, and Reno. And we're going to get 1 point for each win. And then if you win all 3 or all 5 in the last week, it's worth double points. So if you win with Bodvar, Cassidy, and Orion in the first week, instead of getting 3 points, you get 6 points.
Okay.
But that's not all.
Hold on. Before we get to that, we're assuming a new legend's probably going to be coming out soon. Are we capping it at Reno?
We'll probably add that legend in.
Because if that happens, then we can do 2 sets of 3 legends for the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, you're right. So we might modify it, but that's just if we get a new legend, which I'm sure we will by November anyway. Next part of the competition is going to be the drip contest. We are going to have a contest with each of the legends. So it's going to be the same legends we play that week. And the rules are, you must own the skin and weapon skins that you use for the drip contest. You have to play with that weapon skin combo in the match. You can only use one weapon skin that comes in that bundle. So for example, I'm trying to think of one off the top of my head. The Sidra, the Synthwave Sidra one that comes with a cannon skin and the baseball bat with the nails in it. Obviously that baseball with the nails is kind of key to that character's look. So you can do that baseball bat with the nails, but you have to switch the cannon. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So you can only use one of the weapon set that comes with the skin. Got it.
Exactly. And you cannot use default color scheme. So it's going to be the same point system, double if you win all 3, 1 point per. And what we're going to do for that is we're going to post, I'll make a little infographic each week with the legends that we played with our drips and the weapon drips and the colors and so forth, so on and so forth, as they say. I'm going to post it on r/Brawlhalla, and the community gets to vote on who wins.
So are you going to be posting them separate or together? Like, are you going to be posting?
I'll post the infographic, and then, we're also doing a YouTube series of the 1v1s. So those will be on YouTube, and they're not just going to be gameplay. We're going to record voice too, so that's going to be fun. And
right.
And it might be a little bit more not safe for work. We try to keep this this chat, this podcast, family friendly. But I will use bleeps when I edit it.
I make no promises once the emotions get flowing.
Exactly. I will bleep it though, so it'll still be partially, PG-13. But
Okay, so what is the loser?
Stakes.
Yeah, what does the loser have to put
So the
up?
loser of each contest has to pay $100 to the winner's choice charity at the end. So with it being 2 contests, it could be maybe I lose the drip contest, have to pay $100. You lose the 1v1 contest, you have to pay $100. Or more realistically, you lose both and you have to pay $200 to my choice charity.
Okay, I can see you rigging the vote, so I assume we're gonna go 1-1.
Oh, we're not. We're
All you
not
and your
rigging the
Twitter
votes.
and Reddit propaganda.
Oh, well, get on Twitter. That's all I can say.
I did
and
just
here's
create
the
an
other
account.
part. Here's the other part. I challenge you to record those first 3 1v1s directly after this podcast.
I think I could probably do that.
Boom. All right, it's settled.
All right, so on to news. now that that lengthy challenge has been issued.
It's just 6 minutes.
Yeah. We've been away for a little while, but not too terribly much news. First week of the Pro Series just wrapped up. Did you happen to catch any of that?
Yes, and I am a big fan of the format. I really like the regions. I like seeing, pros hype each other up. Like watching Remy's trash talk, pre-recorded for the stream, hype it up. I think it was Stingray. He's like, Stingray's the best player in the world, hands down, and just seeing that is really fun. But the crew battles it's so fun watching. I think Boomy got like 7 kills in a crew battle, just absolutely smoked the team he's playing against. And then the 2v2 and then the 1v1 tiebreaker. It is just such a good format. I love it.
Yeah, I didn't catch too much of it. The team format in fighting games is really interesting to me because there's a Street Fighter Third Strike tournament that used to happen like annually. It was 5 versus 5. But obviously in that you're just 1 versus 1. So you could have someone just run through the whole other team or get down to your last player, and next thing you know, they wipe out everyone on the other team.
Yeah.
Same with Tekken. There's a Tekken like 3v3 or 4v4 tournament. I can't remember what it is. But I like the format a lot, mixing up the 2v2s, the crew battles, and then 1v1 tiebreaker if it goes the distance. One thing about the regions, two things that I found a bit odd. Why does Maryland and Virginia have their own team?
It's Maryland, Virginia, and it's MDVA. I can't remember.
Wouldn't that just be Maryland, Virginia? Or are there 4 states? MDVA, Maryland, Virginia.
I don't know. Is MDVA a thing? MDVA
no.
region.
Are those two just going that hard that only 2 states need to represent a whole region? And then the other thing, so you have Team Canada.
Oh,
and
DC. I think DC's counted in it.
Maybe. So you have Team Canada, and then you have... They ignored what 2 provinces are those? Like British Columbia and Alberta. They just got thrown on Team West.
Yeah.
Man, we need to give BMG devs some, or whoever's planning these tournaments, we need to give them a geography lesson.
Oh yeah. And then, so for the results, not a big shocker. Team Northeast day 1 2-0 Team West. Not a big shock there because they've got Sandstorm, but they also have Santee Simba. That's just unfair. Team West isn't a bad lineup. Wubs and Java both went in. Zex is went in pretty hard, and they just couldn't finish it out. Midwest, which is the Boomy Rich Phazon team, really good lineup there. 2-1 against Team Canada. Really best team, or not best team, but best players probably. It's got a stacked team. It's got, Kostlix, Pugsy, Ithro, Crocky, a couple other guys, but it's just, you can't touch the Sandstorm Santee Simba.
Yeah, I have a feeling Northeast is going to run it pretty hard. They did both days. They went, 2-0 the first day, 2-1 second day.
Yeah. The Team MDVA, though, Little Cap, Stingray, Remy, Cody Travis, I'm Llama, which went off. SDP Wilson, really good team. 2-1 against Team South. Pierre, Noel, Ethan, Experience, Parallel, and Hardy MJ. Pretty good lineup there. But I think it is Team West is the lowest seat, and they lost to Northeast, and then they also lost to MDVA the next day. Midwest 2-0'd Team South, and then Northeast 2-1 Team Canada. So it's been fun to watch.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this next week for sure. I'm hoping to watch a little bit more of it. But the real highlight, as with any stream goes, is the viewership rewards. And you had your opportunity to get, I think it was the second opportunity, right, to get the V2 esports colors.
Yeah, it was the second one.
I'm a bit bummed that we can only get one per weekend. You know, I thought it was going to be like all of them, right? But it looks like it's you get 2 of the old esports colors and 1 of the new ones.
Yeah, I guess they're just trying to make sure people still get, the V1 before it goes away.
Yeah, so I assume they're probably, after this, they'll probably rotate to V2 being the normal one.
Yeah, most likely. And they'll do the same thing with V3, assuming that there is a V3.
Oh, yeah. The weapon skins are really cool. I like them a lot so far, from what I've seen. We got blasters last weekend. I'm not sure what's coming up next weekend, but it looks like Orb, Qatar, and Axe are somewhere on the docket. So
can't wait for the Axe, baby.
I know, the Axe is good looking. The Axe and the Orb are probably my 2 favorites.
Ooh, speaking of skins, we got some new items in Brawlhalla.
We did. Fiendish Knight Roland. I think that's his first skin since like 2019 probably.
Yeah,
and
it's nice. I like it. It looks like it's themed kind of like the previous Battle Pass. Like I'm surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if that was actually originally supposed to be in the Nordic Battle Pass.
Oh,
and
yeah, I didn't even consider that.
Room.
Yeah, no, it definitely does.
Just now.
Definitely has those vibes.
I like it. I like the color scheme. It looks good.
Yeah, it's one of those few skins where, like, I really like the normal color scheme and would have a tough time going with a different color.
Yeah.
The sword on it is insanely cool, too.
Oh, yeah.
And Lance, no one cares about Lance, so we're not going to talk about that. A couple other things they dropped. So you can now apparently buy the Avatar Cape emote, which was previously just viewership reward, right?
Yeah, which is nice for people who didn't get to watch it.
Yeah, there's a couple of things I wish they would go back and do that with and make it, take the viewership reward and make it a Brawlhalla item, even if you charge a premium for it. Like, I didn't get the charged OG colors, so I'm a bit bummed about that.
Literally just get on eBay and buy them for like $10.
Is it only $10 on eBay?
There's no way people are charging for it that much now after people had the chance to get it back.
I'm going to have to look it up now.
I'm going to look it up right now.
Also, the peace sign emote.
I like it. It's very toxic.
It is toxic, and what I would like to do is pair that with, like, weirdly enough, the Kill Thrill Hattori and get some major Tarantino vibes going. Because, that's the dance they did in Pulp Fiction. Then you got Kill Bill. Oh, you can do a full thematic setup on that.
So I lied. It's $165.
Yeah, I'm not spending $165. You know how many man?
I feel like people on Twitter sell it for way less. But you shouldn't buy.
I'm not gonna condone that activity. Twilly, a sidekick.
I really like this sidekick. If I didn't have so many sidekicks from battle passes, I would probably have already bought it. Chances are I'll probably pick up Twilly once I finally completed having a skin for every legend.
Yeah, it seems like Twilly's getting a lot of love on Twitter and Reddit. A bunch of fan art. It's a really good sidekick. If I can't justify buying a sidekick unless I have a reason to, and that being, if I played Reno, like the Mothman Reno, I'd be all about it. But
oh yeah,
I don't have a thematic reason for that, so I haven't buckled down yet. A couple of new flags. Bosnia Herzegovina. Govina. I probably butchered that. Costa Rica, Peru, Puerto Rico, Vietnam, and Armenia. And then
love to see it.
Yeah.
Always love to see new flags added.
Yeah, the more countries you get representation for, I don't know, man. Some small country picks up this game and they're like, let's run with this. And we get a new scene going, new country playing the game. Super cool.
For sure. Then let's see. Oh, we got some map adjustments. The only one that I've read into is that the Demon Island one, they changed the color of the trees in the background so you can see like the black skin a little bit better to those darker skins.
Did you have an issue with that before? Because like I never had a complaint about that.
Not really. I keep my monitor settings pretty bright though.
Yeah. There was another map change you mentioned that I wasn't aware of, but they changed the music on, was it the Steven Universe?
Goodness. The Crystal Temple maps. Oh, dude. The original music was so good. I'm going to have to mod it to get it back.
Did, you suspected there was like a license loss, right?
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure if Crystal Temple was like a crossover map.
I think it was, right?
That's the assumption that I made because I don't watch like a lot of this like Steven Universe or Adventure Time. So I was thinking that it was one of those because it has a very quirky, or it had a very quirky music to it. But if I had to guess, they maybe lost the music license or something and had to change it. Unless I'm just absolutely crazy and it's not a crossover map and they just changed the music to change the music. I have no idea.
Yeah, it'd be weird to just, because you raved about the music and I've seen other people rave about the music. I don't play with music on, so
Absolute psychopath.
I just play with the game sounds and the screaming and anguish inside my own head. So that's all I play with. No background music for me. But,
that was the funniest joke you've ever made on the podcast, and I had my mic muted so I could take a drink of something. But you didn't hear me laugh.
Wow, that's saying something. A good weekend, or good week of news. I'm always down for new Brawlhalla items, and we got, 3 more weeks of Pro Series, so be sure to tune in and get your viewership rewards for that.
And then another thing, Brawl of the Week is KO Mania. That's always a fun one. 300% damage, 5 stocks. I like it because it's so high stakes. Like if you mess up once, it's over.
Disgusting.
Like where I've been goofing off with Diana lately, if you do the sidelight bow combo into her neutral SIG that I keep hyping up, like the really basic one, it KOs 100% of the time if you hit it.
I mean,
you can just spam that over.
You can hit that in like yellow, and you can probably get a KO off of it. What? This isn't on our show notes at all, but what do you think? Because the ranked season will be ending soon. What do you think the next ranked, rotational mode will be?
I can only hope that it's Strikeout because I love Strikeout.
It's so vanilla. I can't imagine them doing that yet. I guess they could. I'm kind of hoping for like the morph mode would be cool.
Oh yeah, there's no way I'd get platinum in that.
Or
I've seen some clips of people like coming up with true combos with 3 legends. It's wild.
I think there was one on Reddit the other day. It was like a triple axe team or something like that. And they just do 3 axe combos, and it's disgusting. I'm hoping for that or capture the flag, one of the two.
Capture the flag wouldn't be too bad. I really want that Strikeout, though.
Well, we'll see what we get. I think ranked season should end on July 20th, or 21st. 21st, so 2 Wednesdays. Or no.
No, ranked ends on the 14th.
Did they announce that?
It says it whenever you go into ranked.
Oh, I don't pay attention to that stuff.
Yeah, above like your ELO and stuff, it says ranked season ends July 14th.
I see the blood and I go for it. I don't pay attention to any of this other superfluous UI stuff.
Yeah, you hop in there and whiff Mako signatures.
Oh, hey, I'm going to just drop a quick promotion. I just released the first episode of a new video series I'm working on my personal channel. So be sure to check that out. It's called the My Week With series. Play a different legend each week. If I like the legend enough, I buy a new skin. So, I don't know.
Oh, is that what it was? I thought it was you dated each legend for a week and took notes on. You reviewed the dating life of each legend.
Listen, I would have ended the series after the first episode because Core would have stolen my heart. So, anywho, on to the topic of the week. I wanted to talk a bit about something that I think we're going to have very differing opinions on, and that's SIG Spam and people who complain about SIG Spam. Because I've heard you complain plenty of times about people spamming their signatures and how it's cheap, and you go to the Reddit or the Discord and people just complain about it nonstop. And to that I say, get good, you scrubs.
Now hold on here, player. Hold on here. Couple of different angles to look at it. Why are people SIG spamming? Because they can't combo with light attacks. They don't know how to play the game. They're just
no. They're using their tools. They're using their tools.
Now hold on. Find me a diamond player that SIG spams. You can't, because once you get to a certain level, people learn to adapt to overcome SIG spammers. Because here's the thing. We looked at a graph a couple episodes ago that was where people get hard stuck on certain rank tiers. And it's like right into gold, people get stuck there. And like low plat, I think, is where people got stuck. If you remember what I'm talking about.
Yeah. The rank.
That's when people get desperate because they get stuck. So they start spamming, Orions. They spam, literally anyone with a lance, Artemis. They just spam signatures because their moderate ability to beat people with light attacks and signatures. Excuse me. It isn't keeping up with the legitimately good players, and they can't break past that threshold. So when they SIG spam, they get better results. Well, they SIG spam, people find that annoying because that's also the level into that gold where you start to learn how to combat SIG spam. So it's kind of like two lovers fighting it out there. Because and the thing is, the person who isn't SIG spamming and is slowly learning to adapt to it and beat it and punish it, those are the ones that get past those hard stops. Will SIG spamming take you to gold and into gold, maybe even up to plat? Yes. But it'll get to a point where you're just going to get punished for it. The higher you go up, the less you're going to see SIG spam. 100%.
Unless you're Azoth. I do remember seeing a Diamond Azoth player.
Yes. there was a professional player. I think he was South America or
yeah, South America.
It was out of it wasn't in NA, but somebody just SIG spammed with Azoth and won a really big matchup. I can't remember who it was though.
So it works. It works. But here's the thing. Why do people complain about it? Why
do people complain about oh gosh, what's his name? Liu Kang in Mortal Kombat?
With the bicycle kick?
The bicycle kick, and remember back when in the original game where you could just spam the sweep over and over and over again?
Well, yeah, that was
why do people complain about that?
Because they're casuals.
Because it's annoying and it takes no skill.
But it works. That's the thing, it works to a certain degree, and if you can capitalize on that and use that tool to your advantage and it tilts the opponent, why not do it?
Hold on. Let's be real here. The people who SIG spam are the same people who in every shooter in the world they use a shotgun. And that's a fact. The guys that camp in Call of Duty and Search and Destroy with a 7.25 shotgun, they're SIG spammers, 100%. Every game has people who grief or play annoying stuff. I mean, they default to, a shotgun that you just have to be looking in somebody's direction, pull the trigger, and it's a kill, instead of, a handgun where you have to land 5 shots back to back to back to get a kill.
They're just figuring out a more efficient way, man. I don't know. I find.
Well, let me ask you this. What is the most spammed legend or complained about spam legend?
So, I honestly think it's probably Nye.
Yeah, Nye or Orion. Now, let me ask you this. That obviously means they're the best 2 legends to spam with, right? Nye hits like a truck. It's hard to dodge some of those signatures. It's slow, but when it hits, it hits. Same thing with Orion. Very easy signatures to hit and spam. So, those are easy legends to spam with. When was the last time you saw anybody play Nye or Orion in top 32?
Yeah, but we're not playing
I rest my case.
We're not playing top
I
32.
rest my case.
We're complaining about 6 spammers.
I rest my case.
We're complaining about 6 spammers, mid-gold, low plat. I'm not I don't complain about them. I mentioned that there's spamming signatures, but not in a... Like, it's like, I'm like, fair, you beat me. It's not a complaint.
Well, you are also a Yumiko player, so...
So Yumiko does get a lot of hate as far as, like, people complaining about Yumiko players being spammers. And like I said before, I think almost everyone plays Yumiko wrong. Although I did meet and get beat by someone who plays Yumiko right, and they obliterated me, just abusing wisps with a hammer and whatnot. But
here's the crazy thing. I think it was I Am Llama. I can't remember what team he's on. I closed it up, but he played like 6 different legends. I think it was day 2. He played like 6 different legends, and he played a Yumiko, and I think he won the match with Yumiko. But the crazy thing is, I don't think he used any of the orb signatures at all.
That is disgusting to me. Like, it's sacrilege is what it is. Like, you have the most unique legend in the game, and you don't use her most unique characteristic? Uninstall now, brother.
Uninstall.
So I
know you're playing in the Pro Series, but uninstall the game.
Yeah, that's irrelevant. We got these filthy casuals playing at pro levels. They don't appreciate unique characteristics in fighting games. I had a thought about why people like Nye and Orion to an extent, Azoth. I had an idea as to why I think people complain about them. And it's not because their signatures are particularly annoying, but the sounds of their signatures are annoying. What do you think
That
of
is
that?
a big one.
Exactly.
That is a big one. I recall whenever I was playing, back whenever I played real casual on my Switch, I played a couple legends like Lucian and Nye that I never touch now. But I remember specifically when I started playing with Nye, Wesley, my girlfriend, was significantly, she was pointing out, what is that noise? Why does it sound like that every time I did a Nye signature? I can see that.
I think those are the legends that often get complained about more. You never hear anyone complain about Core, because his signatures don't make sounds that are annoying, really. And someone like Rayman, his signatures sound horrible. And I tend to I tend to notice the signatures more when the sound is annoying.
I can see that.
I don't know. I think we got to look at some of the audio levels of these signatures. Tone them down a bit. Maybe you'll get less people complaining.
We'll do a real deep dive. Get real scientific about it.
There's got to be a certain decibel level at which signatures become annoying. Mm-hmm. So you seem to be a bit annoyed about signatures, spammers, and me not so much. Is there any other play styles that really grind your gears?
I would say just really passive players. And if it's a passive player that I just can't touch them, and they're still playing passive and they're doing damage to me and they beat me that way, that's one thing. But like, if somebody's playing passive because you are absolutely stomping them, that's not only frustrating, but it's really annoying. Like, it's frustrating when you're getting beat by someone who's legit better than you that plays passive. That's one thing. But like, whenever you're just like, come on, man, you know how this is gonna end. Quit. Just give up. Uninstall.
Yeah, the when they're playing passive, when they're like down a stock or two stocks, I find that a little annoying. But it's the ones that just play super floaty to me that I just can't stand. And
I feel like I play pretty floaty with gauntlets.
But I'm not talking like floaty and attacking. I'm talking like floaty and like just trying to make you whiff as many times as possible.
Oh, I gotcha.
You know, they're just bouncing between platforms. Because it's really easy in this game, especially in 1v1, to just use your movement options and not get hit. You know, if you're not trying to attack.
So, is Scythe a playstyle?
I would say how Scythe players play is a playstyle, because almost all Scythe players play the same.
I hate that. And the weapon toss hitbox is bigger than a 18-wheeler. The discrepancy between some of these weapon toss hitboxes insane. Qatar is like you threw a ping pong ball at him.
Yeah. Same with Orb.
Hammer's like two 18-wheelers.
Because it rotates?
Yeah.
Yeah, the weapon tosses, man. They need to like figure out a way to kind of balance those, because stuff like Spear does need a good weapon toss box, because otherwise it's pretty garbage.
You know what's a really broken version of Spear? Lance weapon toss.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
You got a decent weapon, and the weapon hitbox on a toss is just gross. People that just play with a very weapon toss heavy playstyle is kind of annoying.
I mean, it's very skillful. Like, if somebody's rushing you with sword, they weapon toss to stun you, pick the weapon back up, and hit you with a sidelight. That is clean. That is very clean. And I hate it because I never see it coming. But
I'm not talking about the ones that use it to combo. I'm talking about the ones that just throw it at you, pick it up, and then throw it at you from a different angle.
I do that to, like, whenever I can tell somebody's like a new player when I'm playing like Strikeout or something. I'll do that with Spear all the time. I'll just keep dropping it on them.
Yeah, it's gross, man. Just play the game.
So let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
This just randomly popped into my head. So whenever you go to select a legend, you have the skin, the color, the weapon skins, your sidekick, and then your weapon stance. How would you feel if they added an option to being able to pick what your first weapon pickup is? So for example, with Bodvar, underneath the stance, I could be, okay, I want guaranteed sword on first pickup. How would you feel about that?
I think
I am in favor for, and this is just the board game designer in me because it was drilled into my head by every critic in the world. The more you can remove randomness from a game, the more skill is required. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, I agree.
Like a lot of board game players don't like dice roll mechanics. And of course, like D&D is popular for the dice roll mechanic, but in other games, like if you have a draw mechanic, that's already pushing it because people don't, like that is as random as they want it. If you get into a bunch of dice rolls and it's just like, it eliminates a lot of skill and just adds a lot of luck. Not that that's really, I mean, it's very minimal. It's only hurting guys like me that, you know, have a level 30 Petra or whatever, and still can't play one.
Only use Gauntlet. I think in this game it is acceptable, because most weapons are fairly balanced, and if you giving someone the ability to pick their first weapon, I don't think it adds any value to the game for the amount of RNG that it removes. Because like weapon drops are already RNG, you know, where they drop other than the first ones.
Yeah.
So like if you're gonna do that, then just come up with a set rotation cycle on where weapon drops are gonna be, so that people can counter play that way. You know.
I was about to say, how do you feel about designated areas where weapons will spawn?
They already have designated areas. It's just random where they spawn.
Or like literally 2 spots that might be highlighted, or maybe there's like a little tiny stone drawn into the background where the sword falls into the stone, so you always know where it's going to be.
I think they're already set, right?
And like, I don't know about that, but like I'm saying, like every single one is predictable. Like if I spawn in at the beginning of the match on the right side, and I am the one that threw my weapon, and I don't have a weapon, it will 100% spawn on the right side in a designated area. That way, other person knows exactly where to weapon starve. The other person knows exactly where it's going to spawn. You're right, it'd absolutely be abused.
And weapon starving is already really easy.
Yeah, you're right.
But as far as like picking your first weapon, I don't feel like it adds much value to the game. I think that first weapon spawn where it's, you know, a question of what you get is, you know, up to RNGesus. I think that adds something to the game.
Yeah.
But I can see wanting to remove RNG, and I think that level of RNG is okay in this style of fighting game.
Yeah, I mean it's fine. I was just curious what you thought on it.
I think keep it the way it is. Anyways, back to playstyles that annoy us. What about the offstage warriors? Like Gauntlet, Legends, Hammer's very bad. Hammer and Scythe are very bad about it.
I don't see a lot of Gauntlet players using it as their main tactic. I see it whenever they're getting beat and they're like, okay, I'm going to take this off stage, see if I can get the advantage. Hammer players are just like, as soon as I pick up this weapon, I'm bouncing off the side of the platform.
Yeah, so I think Gauntlet players do it in a slightly different way. They don't play on the map, but they do sometimes play off stage. Like the side of the map, the walls.
Yeah.
They'll like hang out a bit outside, longer than they should, and try to get that neutral air. But
Scythe players are really bad for it too. Oh, we were both saying it at the same time.
Scythe and Hammer, they try to abuse it as much as possible. It's a really annoying strategy, and like I've taken the lame approach, and I just stand just out of range on the map and just wait for them to come back.
Yeah, I will absolutely sit on the other side of the map and just wait for him.
Yeah, they seem to not like that.
I ain't playing off stage.
I every time I try to, I'm like, I'm gonna get him. It never works.
I will play off stage if I put you there, but if I didn't put you there, no chance. I'm not going over there.
I like that approach. Yeah.
Or if you've put me there, I mean, I'm gonna try to survive.
Yeah, when a Hammer player is just hanging out there, there's no good approach to it, because they're gonna catch you with a neutral air, and then you're gonna get ground pounded. It's not fun to be out there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Back to SIG spammers. I think it's a valid strategy, and if you're losing to it, you gotta change your approach up, man.
Oh god, you're one of those. It's a play style, bro, guys.
It is a play style.
It's a bad play style that won't ever make you good at the game.
Then don't lose to it, man. Don't lose to it.
I'm not losing to it anymore. Occasionally, depending on the legend, I'll lose to it every once in a while. But let's be real here. We have one example of someone SIG spamming in the pros. You want to know why? Because once you get good, you never lose to SIG spam, because SIG spam is a bad strategy.
I'm not saying it's a good strategy. I'm saying it's valid.
Oh my god.
But hey, speaking of overcoming your inner demons, you finally reached plat. Am I correct?
What do you mean? Are you correct? We did it in doubles together.
Oh, I thought you. I saw you post in the Discord saying you're plat, and I thought you did it in solo. I was about to be really proud of you. See, you didn't.
I've never been hit with such a backhanded compliment. And you know exactly what you're doing. Oh my gosh. You better be ready for this 1v1 contest. I'm gonna Here's what's gonna happen. 3 things. I hit you, you lose the stock, and then I clap.
I'm just getting in your head already.
Listen, Bodvar, you're smoked. I might let you have Cassidy. Orion also smoked.
You know, this is a really fun first set of characters because I think each legend, I think your spear's better than mine. Neither of us know Lance, so Orion probably leans your way slightly.
And for Bodvar, I play sword and you play hammer.
Right. And Cassidy's kind of a mix-up. I don't play blasters too much. You don't play blasters.
Oh, we're both going to be SIG spamming in that one, buddy.
Oh yeah. Man, I'm kind of excited to get into that. So I'm thinking we cut this episode a little bit short and make our way over to that.
All right, sounds good to me. You want to... Oh, no, you did the intro, so I can do the outro.
I did the intro, you do the outro. First of all, so we have 2 episodes left until we get another guest. Oh, well, 2 episodes from now will be our next guest. So we have 1 more episode after this. No spoilers as to who this guest is, but they're doing something that I think is kind of overlooked for Brawlhalla. So a bit excited to pick their brain about why they're doing what they're doing.
So,
but go ahead.
I need y'all to do me a little favor. Everybody listening. Go on Twitter. If you don't have a Twitter, make a Twitter. And follow not only us, at gravity_cancel, but Illumi Lucid. ELLUMILUCID. Best Brawlhalla artist, hands down. Go follow them. Follow them now.
We're shilling for Illumi a lot.
Oh, we're shilling. We're shilling. Well, I just realized that I never put the PFP made by with their Twitter handle, which I'm correcting now. But I have let that go on for far too long, so I thought I'd hit them up. Maybe one listener will follow. But anyway, I wish to thank you all for listening to another episode of the Gravity Cancel Podcast. If you enjoyed it, please write a review. Give us some stars. If you don't want to give us 5 out of 5, then just don't leave a review, period. Share us. Tell a friend. Talk to us about who you want to see as a guest. Tell us what you want us to talk about. Join the Discord so you can listen to us live. And again, I apologize for being sick. But this is Rox signing off.
Peace.
Really? I said Rox signing off, and you're just like, peace. Hit me with another one. Just another goodbye. No energy.